I went to a wedding last night.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ceremony. Gorgeous party, lovely thing. Bit of a weird note, but I went there with my partner, and unbeknownst to me, one of the participants, other attendees, was my ex-girlfriend from a couple of years ago, and at a certain time in
like one you've mentioned or a different one?
No, yeah, one that they're kind of passingly aware of, an ex who I haven't really spoken to in several years, and
full no contact in like several years.
Oh yeah. We have not liked each other's Instagram posts. We are
no communication.
Is this someone you're the muse to?
The muse to?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's my favorite Pokemon.
You have that one ex who you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And please cut that out.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was trying to be vague and saying the muse too.
No. No, an ex that I've been no contact with for several years. And boy, howdy, would you imagine my surprise when the time of the night came where the now wife of my friend was to throw the bouquet to all the unmarried women that were in attendance, and my partner was standing right next to my ex-girlfriend.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Ooh, buddy, check too.
In a contest to see who was gonna get married. And boy howdy, let me tell you, I've never been more upset with a person in my life before. After my partner got off the court, I was like, you need to get in the fucking paint, okay? You need to box a bitch out and guarantee our happiness.
Depends on, how bad do you want this? I thought you loved me.
I thought you loved me. Also, just a very funny situation of my partner being blissfully unaware of who this person is, because until that moment had no idea that that's, that they're standing next to, conversating with, and now in a weirdly competitive competition with their boyfriend's ex.
You better start believing in weird dynamics. You're in one.
Yeah, so I guess what my question is it ever okay for a boyfriend to come in and steal the play? You know what I mean? I saw the bouquet heading towards my ex, and I jumped in like Air Bud and fucking caught it. There's nothing that says a boyfriend can't catch the bouquet.
There's there's nothing in the rule books that says you can't.
Yeah, there's nothing in the rule book that says a golden retriever boyfriend can't catch the bouquet.
Yeah, air boyfriend.
Air boyfriend, yeah. Air, hey, little buddy.
Oh man, it was a phenomenal wedding, and also that part was it was not really actually awkward at any point. It was more just, it's funny. Like it's really just a funny visual to have like all the unmarried women and two of them standing. The two that just happen to stand right next to each other are my partner, my loving, adorable, I love you partner, and an ex that I have not talked to in 3 years that I had no idea was going to be here tonight.
It's very funny.
Truly, I mean, I really would have expected, like, the bouquet gets thrown, you hear, bam, shot out of the sky like Skeet. It doesn't make it past its gravitational arc. Like, when actually it starts arcing down. No, top of the crest, boom, out of the sky.
You know what? To get it off of the awkwardness of the ex, to make it even funnier, the person who did catch the bouquet, they took a picture of them as soon as it like landed in their hands. Okay, here's the other thing. I've always seen a bouquet toss way overthrow it. You know, they always
Really?
way overshoot
Yeah,
it.
it's back row.
Yeah, they're like it's the fucking buzzer beater of throwing the goddamn flowers. It always goes way over everyone else's heads. This is the first time I've ever saw where like it undershot. The wife threw it behind, and the person who caught it was the person standing the closest to the front of the line. They were the only person that could catch it. There was no competition.
Yeah.
And they caught it, and it was such a, you know, it was kind of an awkward throw, and they were like, oh, yeah, whoa.
She caught that like a bouquet.
You're the next to record a podcast. Fucking stupid. Griff got her earphones. The person who caught the bouquet, she was like, obviously kind of like, oh shit, is that legal? Did I do it right? Like I didn't even no one else really had a chance to do it. And they had sort of like an awkward face, but the camera guy for the wedding just went in and took a picture the moment that she caught it. So all that it looks like is this person catches the bouquet and has a face like, oh no, and then that's the picture that got taken.
That's perfect. That's actually perfect. Dude, that's iconic.
My friends have a podcast called Punch Mountain, and it's an action movie podcast. It's very funny, but they talk about this moment that happens in a lot of like 80s and 90s. The perfect example is in Independence Day, when at the very end they shoot the nuclear weapon into the aliens' mothership, and the alien sees the countdown go like 3, 2, 1, and it cuts to the alien's face, and they call it the "oh glarp" moment. when a creature can't possibly know what that means, they still cut to it like, "oh glarp." That is the moment that you catch the bouquet. Oh glarp, like ruh-roh.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't help that the woman who catches the bouquet, she has this face of, oh glarp, you know, just real like fucked up, and she looks off to the side, and her boyfriend who's at the wedding with her jumps up and goes, woo! I mean, it just, everyone at this wedding who didn't know these two people were like, oh, they're fucked. They're fucked. Look at the reaction. And like, obviously being there, knowing what's happening, it's like, no, she was just like, oh, are we doing the bouquet toss over? That was weird, blah, blah, blah. But everyone else is forming, you can watch them form the narrative in their head of like, that is fucked.
Oh man, this, hate to be in that car ride home. My God, wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Terrible.
Woo. So
weddings are beautiful.
The only thing that was bad about Jessica's wedding was either she forgot to, didn't intend to, or was too drunk to do the bouquet toss at the end, which would have been so funny because there was about upwards of 6 unmarried women in attendance of the entire wedding. It was mostly married couples.
That's so
So
funny.
it would have been like, Barbara, my girlfriend. Am I allowed to double dip as a lesbian?
Yes. Yeah, you get better odds.
And also to pad the stats, because 6 people, we need more people. We need more players on the field.
We need
This
some
is
more
rough.
bodies out there.
Yeah. Anyone who can fog a mirror, just get them out there.
Hey, I know you're fianced, but like, can we just get you out there? Like, the videographer is having a hard time framing this.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like either no one's at the wedding or we're playing the world's most high stakes game of musical chairs.
This is like the last picks for like softball. Where it's like, all right, I'm gonna take Jessica. Like, this looks bad. This looks bad, guys.
Yeah, I love the idea of making Jessica go out there because technically they haven't sent in the paperwork yet.
This is how you seal it.
Technically, I'm about to be the next to be married. Really, I should throw it to myself. Oh no, they do it afterward anyway.
I don't understand the like whole, because, okay, have you ever known the person that catches the bouquet to be the next to get married? No. Or, in my experience, has it, well, I guess those really are the only 2 options, right? Okay, to my knowledge, I've never known anyone to catch the bouquet and then be the next one to get married. And I know this is obvious, but there really are only two things that happen to the person who catches the bouquet. Yeah. Either one, they go, well, obviously I'm going to marry my partner. Now is not the right time. We're waiting for for it to be a smarter financial decision, or for his mom to die, or there's always of course we're going to get married. It's just, it might not be the next one, but whatever. Right. I love my partner. Or the other option is it gets caught by somebody, and that causes a huge fucking fight as they both realize that there's no way that they're going to get married to each other.
Yeah.
It truly puts in sharp contrast, in stark relief.
Yeah.
It never had been centered in my mind that this relationship might be going somewhere, and now I have to think about that, and it occurs to me, I never want to marry this person. Then what the fuck am I doing with my life?
And off in the background is that person's boyfriend woo!
Yeah.
Oh, glarp.
Yeah. Oh, glarp.
Yeah, standing in the front for the bouquet toss is like sitting in the back for a classroom. You're trying to not get called on.
Yeah. Precisely. Exactly.
God, it was so funny because my friend who is really into sports was apparently unsurprised that it went to the person that was standing in the front. And I was like, yeah, but normally they overshoot it. And he goes, nah, you got to know your personnel. You got to know who's on the court.
Yeah, exactly. Real fucking offensive coordinator mindset.
I did that's just an aside. I did like that. But yeah, back to the thing. I mean, there is really no good option. It's either one, yeah, we should be the next to get married. Why aren't we? Is this a conversation we have to have? Or it's oh God, I actually don't want to marry this person. This is really awkward. Or one of us is more into it than the other, and that's weird, and I don't like this, and we're clearly not on the same page. Or the third scariest option is a single woman catches it, somebody who has no chance of getting married, and then she is going to become, at the realization that she cannot be the next person to get married, the worst person at this wedding.
Right. That activates a mode.
I'm not gonna lie, I always assumed that a single woman was supposed to catch it because it's like good juju. It's it then becomes like a totem that attracts her marriage partner. I thought that was the point.
Oh, it's a
for
spell.
It's a charm.
Yeah, it's a charm.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I kind of like this.
That's what I thought it was for.
Now, okay, here's the amendment we're making to weddings. If you can only come to the bouquet toss if you are single or unhappy in your relationship.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Guy in the back. Fuck.
No, he's still wooing.
He's just such a dumb idiot.
It's because now he can hit on everyone at this wedding.
Because he's standing at the back of the bar and just goes blap blap, hits it twice, and they slide a drink into his hand. Glug, chug. All right.
The fucking song from Drive starts playing.
Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, exactly. Night call. It's something I just realized. So there's the other side of the bouquet toss, which is the garter toss, which is for the dudes.
What?
For the fellas.
Yeah.
Have you never
That one's more outdated.
Yeah, it's very outdated. I mean, okay, so
Armando's face is crazy right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it is literally the same thing as the bouquet toss, only it's for dudes. And
wait, Andrew, where do you procure the garter from? I'm so confused.
The groom reaches under his bride's dress and pulls one of her garters from off of her leg, and then you toss it very much like the bouquet over. Yeah, exactly. You grab one of them bad boys.
A garter, by the way, a garter is an article of clothing comprising of a narrow band of fabric fastened around the leg to keep up stockings. So it's kind of a sexy version of what those detectives wear to keep their socks up.
Yes,
no, it's
exactly. It
literally.
literally
First of all,
that.
that is the sexy version. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You absolute mongrel. Oh man, I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for the first time.
It rips.
He's got a dick gun.
Yeah, it's so good. It's very fun.
So good. I think it's my new favorite movie.
Great Christmas movie.
Great Christmas movie.
But something. So sorry. Back to the garters. So it's so outdated. I've only seen it done at one wedding, and it was like 25 years ago. And I was.
That
I mean,
tracks.
and I was there. I caught the
You're
garter.
15.
Oh,
I was like, I think I was like 12 or 13. Like I was like, I think I was 13. Anyway, all that matters is what is so funny, and it just occurred to me this very minute. I caught the garter, and literally every single other person that was out on that floor is married or has been married twice. I am the only I like went through my mind. I was like, who was on that floor? Okay, this. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Every single one of those people is married.
yeah.
Well, and in some cases, divorced and married again, which is insane.
Because
That's
the
crazy.
bouquet toss is fucking. It's heartening. It's sweet. It's nice. It's good. You were the most excited boy to catch the undergarments of a married
Another
woman.
man's wife.
And of another man's wife.
But-
it is the opposite of you're going to get married next. It's the, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Right, no, yeah,
Nope.
it's a real albatross.
Well, if you think about it, to quote my girlfriend, Andrew may not be married, but boy does he get a lot of puss. So
That's not where I thought you were going with it. Which
so I
is,
feel like maybe the garter
Well.
is a reverse of the bouquet.
Yeah.
where it keeps you a confirmed bachelor.
Yeah, it's
the
like
rest of your days.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you won't hear wedding bells, but you're gonna be up to your fucking shoulders in trim.
Jesus Christ. What I thought you were,
Garters.
where I thought you were going with it was, Andrew may not have been married, but boy does he seem divorced.
Why do you think I got this mustache and stubble? I'm trying to solve a murder. I can't. You think I can keep a marriage together?
He's using the wife's garter to keep his socks up.
No, it's wrapped around my phone that I watch the footage of my dead wife.
Oh my!
Let's start this fucking podcast.
Yeah, let's get into it. Welcome everybody to the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. It's boyfriend material.
Yes, sir.
I am your back from the holidays boyfriend Armando Torres, and joining me as always we have
The wonderful stayed in LA boyfriend, Andrew Rosas.
And your boyfriend who regrets bringing his girlfriend home for the holidays because she's starting to think that her family likes her more than her.
Oh
my God, my mom might disown me and put my girlfriend in the will.
Yeah.
She's been killing it over here.
I had the same thing. I brought my partner to visit my mother in Minnesota, and both my mother and my mom's boyfriend love my partner, I think, more than me, and are more excited to spend time with them than they are to spend time with their own son or girlfriend's son. Also, find it. By the way, I keep trying to tell my mom to get married because it fucking sucks being almost 30 and saying my mom's boyfriend.
Damn, yeah.
Because what's fucked up is when I say it, what I mean is a person age appropriate for my mother that she has been dating for a long period of time and living together. They're living together in a house that they own together.
Yeah.
And they're very happy and they have 4 cats together and they're probably going to be with each other for the rest of their life. But when I say my mom's boyfriend, they think somebody my age is plowing my mom. And I don't like that.
I don't think
like
so.
that.
I think it's someone Andrew's age.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's age appropriate. Actually.
I thought we talked about never talking about it, never framing it in that context again. That does saying my mom's boyfriend really like just immediately makes you sound like you're sitting on a tricycle.
Yes,
saying that.
It makes me want to, like, every time I go my mom's boyfriend, it makes me feel like I should be smoking cigarettes outside of high school again. Like, it sucks.
Yeah. Saying my mom's boyfriend instantly puts a pack of Cools in your back pocket.
Yeah. And what sucks, I like the guy. I like the guy a lot.
Yeah.
I would call him my stepdad, but if I have to call him my mom's boyfriend again, yeah, fuck this guy. Oh man. All right. Well, do you think that your mom liking your girlfriend is a good thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because she used to be mostly homophobic, so it was a real 50-50 there.
That's kind of what I was trying to get at, but I didn't know how much you wanted to talk about it. You did tell me at one point that your mom called your girlfriend your little friend.
Well, yeah, and she still does.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, no, it's well, to put it into perspective. Before even we're dating, Crystal came and stayed with me and my mom. We stayed at my mom's house, and she spent a week organizing the basement.
Yeah, like renovating that
has
bitch.
that has not been organized since we moved here in like 2007. So there was that goodwill, and then also the aforementioned driving me 16 hours across the country so I could be home for Christmas.
Right, driving a sick woman across the country like it's a wagon train west.
Yeah.
And ignoring your ex-boyfriend at a gas station.
At a Cane's.
Yeah, sorry.
And then, Cane's, please. And then the day before she left to go see her family, she spent about 18 hours helping my mom organize her closet and bedroom. So, I can't beat that.
No, I mean, no one's more in it
And
to win
I helped.
it. I know. But no one's
didn't
more in it to win
spearhead.
it than BK.
No.
Truly.
No.
It just
Honestly, she deserves it.
MVP. Going so
My
hard
mom-
in the paint.
Yeah, my mom gave her like some of her old clothes and she like cropped them, and my mom's just like, "Wow, you made them so fashionable." And I'm like, "Yeah, and you gave birth to me. Like, what about me? Do you still?" I know I'm not as girly.
Kayla, that's it. Didn't she make them so fashionable?
But no, it's been really good. It's been great. It's honestly gotten to the point. So like, old fashioned Southern homophobic mom. Obviously, me and my girlfriend are not to be sleeping in the same room. We're not married. It's against the rules. That never happened. She's been sleeping in my room every night. Hasn't been an issue,
of course,
at all.
because you're just
It
little
was an issue.
friends.
It was issue. No. It was like an issue for like one day. And then after all of the help, oh my God, yeah, I forgot. Like on Christmas, she was like the first one like downstairs helping my mom.
Yeah. 7 a.m.
She was the last one to go to bed because she was cleaning up after everything. So after that, it's been pretty much just my mom being like, "All right, good night, ladies," and then closing the door that I intentionally left open.
Very good. See, that's the thing. Your girlfriend is absolutely could not be playing it better, which is that if you want to outmaneuver Southern homophobia, the only antidote to that is Southern hospitality. And to be unbelievably useful and be so nice and sweet and caring and thoughtful, that can counteract the homophobia.
Yeah, and hey, got a case study right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I come from a much different style of Southern, a little farther Southern, actually, in Mexico. What's really funny to me is that the way that in Mexican culture, the way that you sort of win over a Mexican mother, which I need to be clear is not my mother, but is my stepmother and my grandmother, is eventually a young Latina woman will start dating your son, and she'll be the one bossing him around until her word is more, it supersedes the respect demanded by your word as his mother.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you have been dethroned and you no longer control your son. And thus begins your campaign of sabotage, trying to ruin your son's relationship so that you can regain the respect that your son once held for you.
Yes.
Which is healthier than whatever you're doing over there in the South.
Look, there are many maladaptive ways up the mountain. Let's just be very clear.
Dude, my mom's already been basically been like, you guys could just move here if you want to.
Oh, brother.
I know.
Yeah. Ugh. God, it's my partner was very similar story. Was just wakes up way earlier than I do and adapted to the time change exceptionally well, and was just like up and having coffee and like talking and doing stuff. And also like we split cooking. So like my mom was like, oh, I'll make a dish on this day and then you can cook on the other days. And my partner did a majority of the cooking and the majority, if not almost all of the Christmas Day dinner. So like just absolutely winning brownie points to the point where like I wanted to sabotage that so that my mom would like me more again. I didn't like it. That's what I'm
saying. And it's not even like the helpfulness thing. Like that's okay. The helpfulness, whatever. I can usurp her with that easily if I wanted to. The part that rubs me the wrong way is that I walk past the room and they're in there giggling and gossiping and laughing and gabbing and having fun, gabbing like a couple of hens. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I can't do that. That's my mom.
Right. No, that's the thing. So here's where it breaks down, is because you will always be your parents' child.
Right.
Whereas your partner has the ability to be your parents' friend. And that is a dynamic that simply cannot change. And it could because I know people who are like friends with their parents more than they're children of their parents, and the dynamic is always really weird. Yes, Armando.
The folks at home, Armando was pointing at themselves.
Yeah, okay. And I didn't know this is where the statement was going.
Well, it's a real like, you can drink as long as you do it with me around the house.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah, it's like,
see, that's the dynamic my girlfriend had with her mom. So
that is not, me and my mom are friends, but also like that's not the type of mom I had at all.
No. I'm talking a very specific sort of like two friend dynamic where it's like, it's like, yeah, you guys come just, you guys can smoke weed, just do it in the den, just hang out here. Also there's some drinks in there, help yourself. I think parents are trying too hard to be
cool.
To be cool.
Yeah, to be liked.
To be liked, yeah.
Rather than to do a good job. Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't have cool parents.
Oh, me too, Jesus Christ.
I did have cool parents, but I also had a good mother. And I guess here's the best way to describe it. When my mom found out that I smoked weed, she got really mad, took my entire stash, and flushed it down the toilet. But then she also told me, you can smoke weed all you want when you're an adult. You're just too young.
Fair.
You're too young to do it now. This is not when you should be doing it.
That's so funny.
Well, she saved your ability to read.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now I'm able to, I could, if I wanted to read, I could. She saved that for me. Should we help people?
Let's help some people.
Yeah, let's help people.
Yeah, let's help some folks. Let's get some questions up here.
All right. This is going to be our New Year's Eve special. I've gathered two questions that sort of embody the New Year's Eve and the New Year's Day dilemmas that some couples have had. And here is our first question. Boyfriends, I've spent my entire life watching TV and movies where people kiss a stranger on New Year's when the ball drops. It always feels really romantic and like the start of something new, but in practice, it's never felt like a good idea. Do people actually do that? Should I try to invite someone to New Year's as a first date or try and meet someone at the party? What's the move?
Okay. I'll throw this out. I would say your chances of kissing a stranger at midnight on New Year's Eve at a party that you like just met is under 20%. I'd say that's a real unless how confident how tight is your riz? Like how fucking
much riz do you
how
got?
much riz you got?
Well-
because I mean, you possibly could pull that off, but that is entirely charisma dependent.
It's our audience. They're writing into us.
Yeah, so no. I'm telling you no. That just dropped to less than 4%. No, we love you. And I would absolutely kiss you at midnight. However, yeah, I would say a stranger, that's rough. Maybe yeah.
You want to?
Okay, let's start here. Have either of you or myself ever kissed a stranger on New Year's as the countdown ends?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I have, but it was I don't feel like it counts because we had actually no, let's dive into this. How stranger?
Friend friend.
Okay, but
That
did
I would-
you?
All right.
Was it like you guys had been talking to each other throughout the night, like
Yeah.
getting a okay,
Yeah.
yeah, same here.
There was like, I wouldn't even say it was like a romantic vibe, but there was like a good vibe.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and I would say that the kiss rode the line between like, hey, fun platonic, it's New Year's, and semi-romantic. Like,
Yeah.
or like, you know, it could have been. But, and honestly, that ambiguity kind of made it work, honestly.
Yeah, I've last New Year's was the first New Year's I've ever spent in my entire term of being alive on this earth that was not spent at home, like in my parents' home. I've never gone out on New Year's. I've never gone out and celebrated with friends. I've never gone to a friend's house for a party. I've always been
Asleep.
in mostly in this room.
Really?
Yeah.
Is New Year's a family holiday or like a
No,
friend's holiday?
It's a friend's holiday. I never went out.
But I can see that happening if you go home for the holidays. So you're home
which
for
I do.
the holidays, and so you're
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
on New Year's. It's like, what am I gonna go out in my hometown where I know 0.01 person?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna go downtown, which is like an hour and change away. Like that's annoying.
Well, here's the thing is that I spent most of my life with my dad's family going there for Christmas, who again are Mexican, and they throw a huge party. And the party is basically my entire fucking bloodline. If you wanted, which by the way, if you wanted to end the Torreses, just put a fucking bomb at my grandma's house on New Year's Eve.
Right.
You would take out the whole bloodline forever.
Mijo, I love this ticking cake.
You could fucking end a generation. No, just all of them, actually. Yeah, we throw a huge party where it's like all of my family, my extended family, everyone comes. And then also like everyone's family comes. So everyone brings their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or their wife, or their husband, or their boyfriend. Actually, boyfriends don't really come. I think boyfriend, you have to go to your mom's family's party.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would throw these big family parties. So like when I was a kid, New Year's Eve to me was a family event. It always was a family event because no matter how old you were, whether you were in your 20s, your 50s, or you were a child, you went to grandma's house for the big party.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I became estranged from my family, from the poor choices of doing stand-up comedy,
Right.
that started to change. And I'm going to be honest with you because this fucking sucks. Most of my New Year's Eves have been spent working, doing comedy shows for other people who then go out. So like I think I've had 2 situations where I went to a New Year's party in my life. It was one because that's the after party to a comedy show.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's only been one New Year's party that I went to that wasn't family thing, and it wasn't a comedy show, and that is the singular place I have in my adult life kissed a stranger, and it was also a person that I met. And I think you're right about the ambiguity of it all, is because here's another huge thing for you to remember if you're trying to get that New Year's kiss. is that it doesn't mean it's gonna become a relationship. And
Absolutely not.
yeah. You can, it can. It can. And that's beautiful. But you have to you can't want it. You know what I mean?
No. This is,
it's a treat, not a requirement.
Correct. I would say, 100%. Like, this is completely situationally dependent. Like, I would, in no world would I leave a New Year's kiss thinking like, well, I'm in. Like, no, come on. Like, what are you, out of your mind? Like, it's a New Year's kiss. It's it's the Vegas of events when it stays there.
It's ambiguous and it means nothing. Or you kiss them and then maybe like 6 months later you start dating. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. Do you have personal experience with this, Griff? Do you?
I was on Molly.
Oh, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Molly was on ketamine.
But not for fun reasons.
No.
Therapeutic
reasons.
She was a horse.
Yeah.
I made out with the horse.
Nay. Stupid.
All right.
Oh, God.
I would suggest not making out with a stranger.
Really?
For several reasons.
Here we go.
It's gross.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
You should only kiss people that you love. Or at least kind of like.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And also that you know where their mouth has been.
Well, now you're back to 0 from me. See, that's part of the ambiguity. Am I gonna wake up with some sores on my lip? I don't know.
Who's to say? Not even. What if they just like ate something gross? What if they went real hard on like the onion dip? You know.
I mean, real.
What if they're on antidepressants and have dry mouth?
Oh, rough.
Well, then we don't make out. We just do a kiss, and then I never have to see them again.
Yeah.
It's a sample platter.
Also, real bush league move, putting like an onion dip out on New Year's Eve, an event where everyone's gonna kiss.
Where people are gonna kiss.
Yeah, but if you do that, complimentary bowl of mints. Keep a mint bowl out on New Year's Eve.
Keep 10 packs of gum also in a bowl.
Actually, that's just a really good idea. If you're having a New Year's party, is to have some fucking breath mints or some gum out.
Some mouthwash and a spit bucket.
So you get pulled over on the drive home.
You had to put the spit bucket next to the punch bowl so that they one goes down and one fills up.
That's disgusting. Oh my God, I drank from the spit bowl. Dive for the cop's gun.
And then at the end, you just pour a bunch of gin in it, and you basically made a mojito.
I hate this conversation.
I think kissing strangers is cool, because here's the thing, is that, and I really, please don't take that thing that I just said out of context. I mean, in the context of on New Year's.
Of a holiday, of a New Year's celebration.
Yeah, it's just like New Year's Eve kiss is one of the kisses that can mean absolutely nothing. And it's so rare that you get those. That's
true.
It's like a New Year's Eve kiss. I guess like a spin the bottle when you're a teenager kiss.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been cheated your way. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You guys played the spin the bottle? I thought that was a thing they made up for movies.
I think it started that way.
That's been played.
Interesting.
I've definitely played spin the bottle. We did play 7 Minutes in Heaven, which I think is so funny because it no one ever got anything. No one even ever made out. Every story I've talked to somebody who's played 7 Minutes in Heaven has ended with, we stood there really awkwardly and we had a conversation and I told her that I liked her and then we made out hardcore like 15 minutes afterwards outside.
Yeah, like nothing happened in the closet. No. It's always like... Because the thing about 7 Minutes in Heaven is that they put you in there and then you hear a bunch of dipshits outside the door, like you're a bunch of gremlins outside. It's like, nah, nothing's happening right now.
You guys had fun childhoods.
Yeah. Unsupervised childhoods.
Yeah, some real.
Mine was highly supervised.
Real latchkey kids. No, that I think Mondo, you're absolutely right. Like, rarely in life do you get occasions for a consequenceless kiss.
Yeah.
And I say that, I mean, like, both people are consenting adults and go into it knowing that's what that is. But like, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a New Year's kiss. It's a spin the bottle. Like,
acting kiss, even.
Act sure. Yeah.
But then you leave your wife for Ariana Grande, and then it meant something, and then it meant a lot. That's all I mean, is that you very rarely do we in our lives get a chance for a kiss that doesn't have to be romantic or lead to something romantic, and you don't want to take that away from yourself. However, based on the way that you wrote the email, it sounds like you're probably a romantic at heart, and in which case, I think I have to hand it off to Griff as the expert in turning a consequenceless kiss into a long-term relationship that ends with driving a day's worth of time to go to a state where you can be shown up by your girlfriend.
Yeah. If the listener is in the slow burns, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the sores you get after.
Stupid.
Yeah, sorry.
Leave it in.
It's okay. I've heard the amount of times that we're dead in 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah.
I hate you guys.
Caller, this really entirely depends on sort of your constitution and your sort of one, charisma game.
Yep.
Two, what you're like hoping to get. I can tell you right now, just based on like the fact that you're kind of overthinking this, don't go in with literally any expectations.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like you have to ask yourself this question. Are you an Andrew, a Griff, or an Armando? And by that, I mean, are you an Andrew who's just got, like, charisma maxed out to the point where that, like, you can make anything happen if you put your mind to it? Well. Or are you a Griff who has luck maxed out to the point where that if you have certain things line up for you that you can make something happen? Or are you an Armando who has so many who has so many helping dice that he can make anything happen?
I have inspiration points at the ass. Is that what you're talking about?
Armando has a limitless amount of inspiration dice. I don't know. I feel like there's something about Armando where if you were trying to do something and you thought you would fail, someone would be like, "Hey, you need help."
Yeah, that is what happened.
Like if it was like 11:55 and you were like, "Man, I haven't talked to anyone." A girl would walk up to you and be like, "Hi, my friend thinks you're really tall," and she was just wondering. I feel like.
Yeah, brother, that's happened to me twice, actually.
Exactly.
Genuinely verbatim. My friend thinks you're really tall, and she goes, "Stop."
See?
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. My partner and I were talking about this when we were at the airport to go see my mom. We got through TSA, and they dropped their headphone case, and their AirPods went like spraying out in two different directions.
I hate that.
And they were just like looking for it, and I was still going through TSA. I was getting my bag hand checked because I have film. It doesn't matter. The point is like we got through TSA together. They were experiencing this on their own. People are like stepping over them and like fucking being just rude, awful pieces of shit. And then I come over after having got my bag checked and go, what's going on? What are you doing on the floor? And they go, I dropped my headphones and they scattered everywhere. And the guy sitting next to us went, "Did you say you dropped your AirPods? Here, let me like help and look for them," and put his stuff down and helped us look for them. And we got like one more person involved until we fucking found them. But that didn't start.
You.
Yeah.
No,
You walked over.
until I walked over.
no. Armando is what I would call a leader of men. Like,
Yeah. He's so tall.
people will follow you out of a room. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you were like,
Yeah.
ladies, gentlemen, come with me. Everyone would be like, well, of course I have to. I gotta go with him.
He's got something
He's
going
got something
on.
So
going
tall.
on.
Clearly knows what's going on.
So that is again, yeah. Armando has inherent inside track look. You know something's going on. You see the Matrix code. Something.
It's just that I don't know, man. It's just it's the psychedelics. That's it.
Sure.
You fuck up your brain enough, you're just like, hey, none of this matters, and I just want to be happy, and people can sense that in you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They can sense that you've seen through the veil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I told this to
The veil between worlds is thin tonight, pimp. Sorry, I think about that tweet constantly.
I keep thinking about this. I don't know if it's like a stand-up bit or what. But it really fucked me up. We were at dinner with my partner and their friends are all like lawyers and like professors and like real academic types.
They have careers.
Yeah.
They don't have jobs.
No.
They have careers.
They don't have they don't have hustles.
Yeah.
They don't have Patreons. They give to Patreons. And we do this thing always where it's like, hey, we're gonna split the bill. Who gets the most point? Like, who wants the points? And then we'll Venmo.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can also just pay for it with my debit card, and you guys can Venmo me. And they're like, they get really upset at the fact that I'm not using credit, and they go like, oh my god, you don't have any credit card? Because by the way, I don't have any credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
They go, you don't have any credit cards? And I said, in like a fit of genius, I went, I've done too many mushrooms to have hypothetical money.
That's very funny. And yes,
very
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just-
yeah, yeah.
That's the kind of guy I am. I've seen through the veil. I know that I don't have to pay back a credit card. I know that I can just die. And
Yeah.
it's fine. And they'll never come for me. And that's
Joke's on
much
you, credit
power.
card company. Yeah.
oh man, that was fucked. I was trying to explain to somebody at the party last night at the wedding that I went to that I was like, yeah, my sort of like retirement plan is to just rent until I can't afford to work anymore, or and then open up a credit card, max it out, go to Italy, and you know. And they went, and you know what? And I went, you know.
You know. Insult John Wick. I think I just go to Italy onto some sort of piazza or plaza, and just bleed out against a fountain. That's what I just
Yeah.
like.
I'm gonna go to the fanciest restaurant, leave the biggest tip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get my little take home. Get a little pill sandwich.
Little pill sandwich.
Pill sandwich.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what you should be.
Big fucking tip.
What you should do is you should either learn how to riz somebody up, like Andrew. You should learn that love is really important, and invite somebody that you actually care for and make it into a beautiful moment if you're like Griff. Or you should just be ready to die at any time and realize that all of it is has no consequence, and that all that really matters is connecting with other people in the moment. And be me. All right, we've got one last question for the fucking year.
Ooh.
This
Last
is our
question?
last question of the year.
Wow. Here we go.
Holy shit. What up, bitch? No, I'm kidding. My girlfriend wants us to lose weight as a New Year's resolution, but I'm honestly fine with being a big guy. I think she wants someone to do this with, but I don't want to stop eating what I want. And I'm really afraid of going to the gym because I get very self-conscious. Is there conscience?
Conscious.
Self-conscious.
Okay. Sorry. I know this is the worst sentence to nitpick, but they put, I get really self-conscious.
Yes.
And maybe you're right. Is there
No.
Is there,
All right.
No, you are not. It's almost certainly just autocorrect. Don't worry about it. Is there a way to tell her that I don't want to do that, i.e. lose weight as a New Year's resolution, or do I just need to suck it up and get fit?
Okay, here we go. First of all, let me go and say, as a person who just started going to the gym like in my 30s, what I can tell you about the gym is that literally no one cares what you're doing there.
Yeah.
No one is watching you. No one gives a shit. No, like
You could be dying. You're gonna die.
no.
Unless you're going help, help, help. That's the no one cares.
Like-
no one's gonna see you. You're gonna have to make a noise.
You're-
And even then, headphones are in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like no one cares what you're doing. Everyone is there getting their own like workout in. So I understand the being like self-conscious. I'm just tackling this aspect of your question first, just because like it's on the top of my mind. No one gives a fuck what you're doing there. Like
The worst thing that will happen is someone will walk up to you and say, "You're gonna hurt yourself if you do it like this. Can I show you?"
yeah.
And that's
And
about
honestly,
it.
like I have always like I had my form. I've only had my form corrected at the gym one time on something, and honestly, I appreciate that because I don't want to injure myself, especially when you're starting a new like journey at a gym. You want to be doing the exercises safely and correctly because nothing will make you not want to go to the gym more than getting 2 weeks in, injuring yourself, having to like, and then you just won't want to go back. So like doing things like safely, correctly is like super, super important. Having your form correct is super, super important. And so like, yeah, Griff is right. Like maybe the most someone will say is like, hey, by the way, like when you do that, like have your arms like closer to the body, like it puts too much stress on your shoulders, like you're gonna like tear your labrum or something like that, for example. And chances are like more often than not that person is not doing that to be like I'm like a gym like pro. They're looking out for you because at some one point someone probably did that for them at the beginning of their gym journey. So
or didn't.
Yeah,
They wish that
exactly.
they had.
Yeah, and they learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And that's why their neck's at a 90-degree angle when they tell you.
Yeah.
And just to tack on to what Andrew said there, because I think it is really good. This is only for if you're a sort of already fit person. Because if you're a big guy like myself and you go to the gym, everyone in the gym is going to be thinking like, wow, look at that fat piece of shit. Who
No.
should not be
Never in a million years. And in fact,
they're going to hate you.
It's literally the opposite.
Hate you.
No.
No. It
It's
literally is the opposite.
I would suggest for someone who's never lifted or gone to the gym, if you're going to go like a class or like teaching route to do powerlifting.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Because it is so like they have to teach you the movements. So you have someone teaching you the movements, and also you have someone like basically making the program for you. So it takes all that like stress of like, I don't know what I'm doing in the gym like away. Like, and also it's what?
I just made a realization.
You made a face.
No, this is so dumb. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Why would you need to do that? We all fucking learned how to weightlift in football in high school, right?
Jesus
and then I
Christ.
just realized that that's not a
Universal experience.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, I'm an idiot, and I forgot that not everyone had to spend 2 years in a goddamn weight room every fucking day.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
Right. No, what I'm saying is like you don't make your first gym experience like the Venice Beach Gold's gym.
No.
Oh,
go
God,
to a
no,
fucking
no.
Planet.
No,
go to the
don't go to
place-
Planet Fitness. Do not go to
Don't
Planet
go to Planet
Fitness.
Fitness
Do not
either.
go to Planet Fitness.
That
Why?
will also make you hate going to the
That
gym.
will also
Why?
make you hate going to the gym.
Well, A, they don't have free weights.
No.
They don't have free weights. B, they're like impossible to get out of their fucking contracts if you like move or anything like that.
No.
Again, Italy, gun.
No. Did I tell you what I did to get out of a Planet Fitness contract?
No, please stay.
No.
They told me that I had to come to Covina, the Covina Planet Fitness, where I had originally signed up and signed paperwork to get out of my contract. And I said, I'm not able to do that. And they said, I'm sorry, that's our policy. And is there a reason that you're not able to come to the gym and do this? And I said, yeah, I'm dying of cancer. And then I didn't get an email back for 2 days. And they said, okay, Mr. Torres, we've gone ahead and canceled your account.
Okay,
Amazing.
but that's basically how I got out of a gym contract without having to pay the like $300 fee, because I was recently diagnosed with MS and I can't get my body temperature over a certain weight, or I will have over a certain temperature, or I will have a flare up, so I cannot go to the gym and work out anymore. And they were like, can you send us a doctor's note?
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
And I did.
That's really funny. Planet Fitness did not ask me for that. I just said it in an email and they did that. Look, here's the thing. I know that now I'm 100% going to get cancer.
The karmic debt must be paid.
Yeah, it must be paid. I
Yeah.
realize I'm a bad guy, but I'll take that fucking future cancer over having to deal with Planet Fitness. So, you know what? Maybe you're right. I just was going to say Planet Fitness is good because it's a place where, like, first of all, half the people going there are going to either shower because they sleep in their car or to get sucked off in the bathroom. Like, it's
It's a one-stop
in the
shop,
car.
really.
Yeah. It's really, and it's like $20. You can go to any Planet Fitness in the country. I think it's a good deal. And again, you can just lie and say that you have cancer and get out of the contract. I also wanted to specify some stuff from earlier where, like, one, to be clear, I was just jerking around. No one's actually, if you see a big guy in the gym, and I'm going to be honest with you, the thing that most people think when they see a big guy in the gym is like, fuck yeah, dude. That's
Hell
it.
yeah.
The amount of times I've been working in the gym at my heaviest and seen people been like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
the only thought I've ever had about a big dude in the gym that could be construed as negative is I saw this big guy benching, and he was benching like he was doing like not a lot of weight, and I was like, he doesn't even know how strong he is.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So I was like, hey man, this guy, I was like, he's gonna be putting up fucking 2 plates in like 2 months.
I
I'm so
know.
fucking
Mass moves
jealous.
mass,
I'm
baby.
so-
Mass moves mass.
Dude, I was so jealous, dude.
And I'm telling you, also here, this is the here's another like incentive for you, from the big guy perspective. If you're a big guy, what will get you really inspired to go to the gym is that big guys lose a lot of weight really fast, real fast. You're like, once you start, if you're consistent with a program for 2 months, you'll probably drop a staggering amount of weight.
I resent them for that.
And
As a person who's 5'3", I resent them for that.
Yeah, there's just so much weight to lose. I mean, I've done the joke on stage a bunch, and obviously this was a long time ago when it actually happened. But the thing of losing 20 pounds in a month, and all I did was caloric intake.
Yeah.
I did the like. Okay,
you're in a deficit.
Yeah, and I'll warn you this: don't try to do too much too fast. Do little things.
Oh yeah.
I made the mistake of like, when the pandemic started, I wanted to get healthy because I started having panic attacks, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't have a job. So it was like focusing on counting my calories, fixing my diet, going on consistent walks, working out, all that stuff was super easy to do because I didn't have a fucking job or life.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of the pandemic. Nothing was open and I didn't have a job. I was fine.
Yeah.
I lived with my mom for a year.
Yeah.
Like it was, so having gone back to work, it's really hard. Start really simple and also understand that, like, go on a walk every day. Make that your first priority. And then once a week, instead of eating something shitty, eat a meal with a bunch of protein and vegetables in it. And then
it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, slowly start working that up from there. I started saying this with something on purpose. What was it? Mass moves mass. Oh, big guys drop a bunch of weight. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds from just walking and eating better. That's it. That's all that it took. 20 pounds in a month. When I started actually working out, I was great. Also, gym guys fucking rock, okay? They're really nice to other dudes. I bet they're fucking terrible to women sometimes.
No, they're nice. They're mostly nice to women.
That's good too. Yeah, gym guys, in my experience, you've been raised to believe that they're chads and dickheads, but they're like super chill and nice.
They're mostly fitness nerds.
Yeah,
they're just
dorks.
nerds about. They're all Blaines.
They're
it's just a bunch of Blaines.
It's a fucking world of Blaine and James Williamses. That's all that it is.
That are there
just
to like make sure you like optimize your workout. Make sure you're like hitting goals and like they're there to cheer you on along the way. Yeah.
Do you know what every fucking gym guy has said to me when I've started working out at a gym and like we've made some conversation? The first thing they say to me isn't like, you're doing something wrong or like, good to see you getting in shape or something. They look at me like they're ogling a giant pile of clay and they go, man, you're going to be so fucking huge.
I mean, it really it's back to like fucking high school gym coach. The things I could do with you.
Yeah,
and just like
literally,
I could mold you into a weapon. I could.
And they did that. I've told that story.
Yeah.
The closest thing to being taken advantage of I had as a child was having a high school football teacher, history teacher, who just was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put you in fucking pads, boy."
Yeah, I'm getting you on that defensive line. Yeah. No, like I would say, Blaine put me on my first program back in the day when I started lifting weights, and I saw pretty amazing results pretty fast, and I think that's like a pretty common denominator for a lot of like gym guys is like they actually do really like passing on experience and knowledge and like I don't know, paying that forward to people. So to like sort of get off the gym thing and kind of step back to your question in general, I would say don't be afraid of the gym. And also I got great news for you because you mentioned the diet thing. If you start going to the gym consistently and regularly, you are going to be not only much like you're going to be able to eat whatever you said, like, oh, I want to be able to eat whatever I want. Well, yeah, like going to the gym, make sure you can do that and not die, which is like a really like, huge deal.
There's like 3 months. There's like 3 months where it's like, oh, I'm going to do the diet thing, whatever. But like, if you just like hit your protein, you can eat anything you want. But then also you hit this like point at like 6 months maybe where you don't want like junk food anymore,
and that's what we're afraid of.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, that Del Taco's not going to taste the same at night.
That I lost.
You don't want it.
I'm afraid that I'm going to lose who I am. That I'm going to like not want it anymore. I'm not going to be hungry for it anymore.
Yeah. I ate 3 cookies before we started doing this after I've only been eating home cooked meals from my mother, and I just ate some trash and I was like, oh, I feel bad.
Yeah, no, it's really
terrible now.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, you and I live differently. I love living my life as a scumbag, and I wouldn't give it up for anyone.
That is a Steel Reserve malt liquor beverage. That tall boy, and it's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is gone. That was 24 ounces of malt liquor for the people at home. My God. Oh my goodness.
Your hands look so tiny in your hand.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, a 24-ounce tall boy looks like a normal beer in Armando's hand.
Oh man, holy shit! That was a good crack though.
That was a can crack.mp3. That really was.
Save that
sound
one.
effect quality. Put it on the board.
That's that and the gun cock. Those are
yeah, man, those were. Yeah, I don't know. Your partner wants to do this with you. I think, getting in shape together with a partner can be good and bad. This is like a really double-edged sword because the good part of it is it adds accountability. And that's a really important thing. That can be a really important thing to have early on in an exercise journey, is having someone that you're either doing it with just to hold yourself accountable so that you go. Because I've always said, I've always said, I coined this term, but the hardest part of going to the gym is not going to the gym. It's going from your couch to the car. Because once you're in the fucking car, you're going.
He's always said that.
I've always said that.
He's always said that.
The hardest part is really just getting there. And so if you have someone accountable that's like, hey, this is a thing, we have a schedule, it's a good thing to keep you consistent, because consistency is really the key.
Yeah.
The downside of that is that depending on the strength of your relationship, how long you've been in it, that that accountability, if it's not met with earnestness and in good faith, and if you're both sort of not on the same page about your goals and intentions, that mismatch can breed a little bit of contention or resentment. Yes. And that can erode a relationship. So you really need to be honest with your partner. And I would say what you're telling us in this email, literally talk to your partner about it. Literally be hey, I'm worried about doing this because I have these such and such concerns about this, that, and the other. Express those concerns to your partner, and just be really honest with yourself and honest with them about what you want. And then if you decide to go on this journey together, always just stay completely open and honest about your communication, and don't keep your feelings or hide your feelings about your journey together. just keep it very open so that you don't you don't ruin a relationship along the way.
Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of real advice.
Okay.
You should start juicing because then
100%.
you don't
Yes.
Then you can go to the gym half the times that your partner does it. Maybe even once per 4 times they do it. And you're going to look fucking phenomenal. Now, you're going to have to invest in some Accutane because there's going to be some changes.
Yeah.
And some finasteride.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some finasteride.
And some Cialis.
Absolutely. They're also, for sure, not going to let you in the MLB Hall of Fame. They will strip that from you.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to need some Cialis or some, I don't know, other dick pill that might want to sponsor this podcast right here. Hey, listen, advertising right open. It's right here. Your name here.
Aqua Chomp.
Rhino Triple X, the gas station dick pill.
I'd do the I would
honestly
take that sponsorship.
Yeah, come on now.
And this is just us going on the record saying that in the future, if you see a sponsorship where you go, that's kind of weird, we may have taken it because it's funny.
Yeah.
I
was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't think we have a moralistic reason to not do stuff most of the time, but if we have a bit focused one, there is mostly nothing we would say no to.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah.
Like, I would do an ad read for the California Highway State Patrol so fast.
Yeah, you would catch me doing an ad read for parking enforcement. The United States.
60. Yeah, so use our code 67%.
Very funny.
Yeah.
If you
never ever Google police 67%.
No, if you'd like 50% off your X premium account, use our code. We're doing it for Luigi. And get that for you. All right, I'm gonna be real for a second and not do a bit. We're entering the serious zone, unfortunately. I've been a big guy my whole life, basically, and before that, I was a big baby. And I've been in relationships with people who are very attractive and very great, and unfortunately, due to my terrible life choices and style, have put on some weight in our relationship. And because they wanted to not stay that way, they have asked me to also join them in getting fit. And this has happened in 2 different long-term relationships. And I have done both sides of it. I have agreed and decided to go do the stuff and lose the weight together and do that fun, cool stuff. And then I've also gone, I don't want to do that, but I don't care if you do it. You should do it. You should do what makes you happy.
Sure.
And I'm here to tell you, it's always more fun to do it with the other person. Now, who gives a shit about being healthy? I don't. I hope I fucking die. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm vaping shit that I don't know where it comes from. I could there could be asbestos in this fucking geek bar. I don't fucking care. So
that geek bar has a skull and crossbones on it.
It's a fucking vaping arsenic. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the being healthy part, but here's some stuff that I can tell you that will go through your head or that will be something that you internalize, or the more scumbag reasons to do stuff. 1, if you work out with your partner, you're gonna have a lot more sex. It's gonna be
I didn't
good.
want to say it. That's like the main part.
That's like the main big part.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing it more, it's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better.
Yeah.
You don't
because you're not gonna be tired
puffing and
and
puffing.
longer. Yeah.
When you can
just new stuff.
When you can lift them up during, oh brother.
I am here to tell you, I'm not gonna pull the curtain too far back, but let me just say, from my own personal experience, being a stronger guy who can lift someone up is a huge plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Having the strength to lift your partner to
Completion.
to completion. Yes, exactly. To, I would say, euphemistically, physically manipulate them in the bedroom is
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's real gangbusters. It's a real winner.
Let me pull this curtain back all the way. Oh,
Mark Maron.
oh, Jesus! I see why the curtain had a hole in it. Yeah, you're gonna have way more sex, and even if you're not having more quantity, the quality is gonna be better. And also, it's another thing. You're gonna feel more connected as a couple because you're going through something together.
Yeah.
And instead of a bad thing, it's a good thing. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be doing this stuff together. You're gonna have all new stuff to do together, a whole new thing to relate to, and it's just gonna feel better. And that is the God's honest truth. Now, let me give you the scumbag reason. Another one on the flip side. If you choose to not do this and your girlfriend gets super hot, you're going to feel like a real fucking piece of shit. Even if it's all in your head, even if it's 100% up here, because it likely is. But you're going to think that she's going to leave you for somebody much hotter than that you're a fucking ugly piece of shit.
And if she's not, you're gonna project
You're
that.
gonna project it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna ruin it
You're
yourself.
gonna project it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real, tail.
Yeah.
You're gonna be just constantly like hunched over, thinking like she's gonna leave me. I mean, she's like, look at this. She's just an absolute smoke show. I'm fucking doomed. I'm dead. I'm not making it out of this alive. And you're probably right. No,
She slides a buff, sexy forearm around your neck.
but no, this is the final thing. This is the final thing I'll say about it. And because I agree with everything that's been said so far about like it. I would agree that it's actually a fun, cool thing to do with a partner, especially one that you've been with and have a good relationship with for a long time. I wouldn't say do this with like someone you've been dating for 8 months.
Oh
That's
God,
crazy.
no. You have to live together.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, exactly.
You have to live together.
You have to live together. But I will say something that at the very core of this, at the very, very center of this, you need to want this for yourself. If it's something that you don't want to do, do not do this completely for the sake of your partner, because that will breed resentment. Getting in shape and getting on starting a fitness journey is something ultimately that has to start within yourself, because otherwise, if it's purely for the sake of someone else, if you resent going to the gym, you're gonna resent the partner that brought you there. So I'm saying like. What I said before, be honest with yourself. And if this is something like that even a part of you wants to do, if there's some part of you that like wants to get in shape and wants to like, exercise and improve your physical fitness, great. And bring that to, and I would say use that as like a springboard with your partner to take this journey together. But ultimately that's got to start within yourself.
And you can always fall back on the steroids. I'm serious.
Yes,
dude.
juice. Get on that gas, baby.
Dude,
get on that fucking
just
gas.
Pump it, dude. Be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You seen the fucking Arnold doc?
It's like I'm coming over and over. I get this pump.
Have you guys seen the new one?
Oh, not the new one. No,
the new one, like Arnold, where they're like episode 1. They're like, Arnold recently found out that his ancestors were prominent Nazis, and it was hard for him to accept. But recently, he's come to accept it a lot. And you're like, what does that mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Anyway. Check your family trees, take some steroids, you're gonna be all right.
Don't take steroids.
Do it. Come on.
Don't take steroids. If anything, just start with tests.
There we go. Yeah, just get on that T, baby. Thank you all for calling in. This has been a wonderful New Year episode.
I absolutely loved hanging out with you guys. We had put out a call last week for people to send in recordings. Haven't checked. I know that one person sent one to our email, which was super sick. So if you would like to do that, or if you want to send in a boyfriend material question, you can send it to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. If you have a question, just put BFM or boyfriend material in the subject line. And if you want to record yourself leaving a message for us or the audience or whomstevers, you can do that at the same email, and you don't have to leave anything in the subject line. Yeah, that email again is midnightsnackcontact gmail.com. Hey, if you want to find me, I'm very easy to find, especially online. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff, MANDO Does Stuff, all one word. And you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, until they ban it on the 19th.
Yep.
Or whatever.
God, I hope they don't.
I don't really care anymore. I feel like my fucking algorithm has gone to shit. If you want to see me doing stand-up comedy live, I will be doing a show in Covina, California on January 10th with my friend Dominic Angel, other former Dick City resident.
Wow.
Ew.
Made it
Dominic
out.
Angel. Yeah, we made it out. The Dick. And I will also be in the Pacific Northwest with Andrew and
Yes.
Iffy and Raphael Chestang. And we will be doing some stand-up comedy out there January 24th and 25th. If you want tickets, you can go to www.comedyirl.net. That's
Yes.
comedyirl.net. We could not afford the .com.
Who can these days?
Absolutely no one. And that's all from me. Andrew, what do you got going on?
You can follow me on Instagram at andrewrosis.ig. I also would love to suggest you go to bigoldcocksanddicks.com and support the Patreon for this show. We really appreciate everyone who has supported us in this year, us kicking this thing off in 2024. We're looking forward to a wonderful and a more content-filled 2025. I again personally thank all of my good girls out there for subscribing to the Patreon. I'm going to do two readings a month. I've decided to do 2 readings a month, not just one. So you're getting some bonus content there. So look forward to two readings here coming out in January for your horny erotic pleasure. That's what I got. Griff, what do you got?
I got nothing except that I'm the _indoor kid on all platforms that on _. If they don't, just take that bad boy out. And that's about it. Don't got no comedy shows. Don't got no horny erotic readings. Mostly just
Kicking
only
it
got
in,
this podcast really.
kicking it in ATL until further notice.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from your boyfriends here at BFM and Midnight Snack, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy.
Big old New Year's kiss for you.
There's your kiss.